So I was in Microsoft Word and I just wondered if I did a search under templates, if they had calendar templates. And so what I'm going to do is just type it in. And what I discovered when I did this was that yes, they do have calendar templates, but the problem is they only do them by month. And so you enter it in and it gives you one for a month. So what I'm going to have to do, even when I did monthly, you'll notice again I got these, but it only gave me like I entered the date and it gave me that day's date. I actually need a bit more. So I'm just going to make a new one. So I'm going to do new. I'm going to do a new from a blank document. And then what I'm going to do first is I got to adjust this so it looks like a calendar. And so I'm going to come up here to layout. I'm going to change the orientation from portrait, which is up and down, to landscape, which is L for landscape, left to right. And the margins, I'm going to choose narrow. I need a table of contents, so I'm going to type in TOC for table of contents. I'm going to type in August. I'm going to type in September. And we'll do October, so you at least get the idea. Now, to force a page break, you press Control and Enter. But I'm going to first highlight TOC, and I'm going to insert a bookmark. So I'm going to go over here to Insert, and I'm going to do Links, and I'm going to choose Bookmarks. So that was Insert, then Links, then Bookmark. And I'm going to title it TOC, and I'm going to click Add. So now I have a bookmark. Next, after October, I want to go to the next page. So I'm going to press Control and Enter. Now, if you want to have the month included in the table, then you're going to need to do a 7 columns by 8 rows, or you can just stick it above it. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to do 7 by 8. So I come over here to table. I'm still on the insert tab. I'm going to do table, and I'm going to click this little arrow so I can get this, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. Those are my days of the weeks. And then I need 8. 7 by 8. All right. Now I'm going to scroll down to page 2, and you'll see I have my basic setup. Here's what's really cool about Microsoft Word. This little square right here allows me to adjust the entire thing. So I'm just going to drag it down, not quite all the way to the bottom, but about right there, and then make it in the middle. All right, so that's how I adjust the size of my table. Next, I'm going to combine these 3 cells because that's where we're going to put the month. And if you highlight them and then hit right click and choose merge cells, you can actually combine them. And so this is going to be August. Now, what I'm going to do next is I want to make this a heading style, because when it's a heading style, I can actually link to it. So to do that, I'm going to go back to the Home tab for a sec, highlight this, Word August, and I'm going to choose heading number 1. Now, if you want to customize heading number 1, you can do that as well. So I'm going to center this, and I'm going to make it a lot bigger, probably about 28. So now I have August, and I have it that big, and I want to make it bold. Next, matter of fact, if you really wanted to, you can merge all these cells. Why not? Let's just do it. And then center August. And choose heading number 1. And center it. And make it a lot bigger. And bold. Alright, nothing fancy up my sleeve. And then I want to put my days of the week in. I'm going to start with Sunday. And then I would do Monday. Now, to make this all fit and to look a little nicer, I'm going to clean this up. So I'm going to move this up. And like I said, you would type in all your days of the week all the way across. And I could probably move this up too. And so this would end up being Saturday. All right, let's give this row a little color. So I'm going to click in the first cell here. And then I'm going to hold the shift button down and click again. And then I'm going to choose a fabulous color like this light green. And then just for readability, again, I'm going to do this, shift, and I'm going to make this a light gray. Now, I can use Control Y once I select stuff, and I can repeat the last thing I did. That's how I'm repeating this color. Otherwise, you would do the paint bucket and do it again. Then I'm going to type in my number So August starts on the 1st for 2020. And you would put in your numbers. And then I'm going to put a table of contents right here. And I'm going to highlight this. And I'm going to center it. And I'm going to make it black. Change the font color to white. And I want to fill that cell in with black. So let's make sure we get black chosen. And then I want table of contents to be a lot bigger. So we're going to make that big. All right. So now I have a table of contents, but I want to actually link it back to that bookmark that I created. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight this whole thing. So it's all highlighted just like this. And then I'm going to come up here to insert. You could do Control K, like Control and K is kangaroo. And that'll get you there as well. So I'm going to do insert. I want to actually link it. So I'm going to choose link this time. Yeah, it happens the best of us. So then I'm going to choose place in this document. And I want to choose TOC for bookmark. And now you'll see it's hyperlinked. And to test it, you hold the control key down, like it says, and then you left click. And that takes me here. Now, August, you'll notice if I do this, I want to actually link to the other one. So Control K, as in kangaroo, place in this document, and you notice how I put the heading in. There's August. So I can just select it and click OK. So now when I do Control plus click, it takes me to August. So now you have the gist of my calendar. The last couple of things that I would do after I put in, I wouldn't actually put the numbers in because it's probably easier just to type them in each month rather than delete them and then type them in again. So once you have a blank calendar created, the next thing I would do is I would copy it. And I just want the calendar. If you're having too much trouble, over in the bottom right, you got a little navigation thing. You can just make this a little smaller and give you a bit more control. All right, so I got my calendar selected. I'm going to do Control C. And then if you remember to do a page break, how do we do a page break? Control and enter. This is why I left a little space here. Control and enter. New page. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to rename it the next month, which is September. Okay. Now, again, I want to adjust these. So now if I come up here to September, if I do highlight and then do Control K, or I could do insert and link, place in this document, and there's September, and I click OK. You would repeat this all the way through until you have your calendar made. All right? If you have any other questions, do give me a call. But that's how I would make a calendar in Microsoft Word.